Hi. I'm Srinivasan, a fine art photographer, a long distance skater, and a small time freelance skater who does cross training process such as walking and bicycling to long distance skating. Has come to meet you guys with another video. I just want to try and keep it short as much as possible. This is nothing but my activity submission to the theidsa.org. So this is for Tour de Longboard 2025 Stage 3, which is a 20-minute ride. Okay, and I was good enough to spare some time to do this activity more than one time. Okay, and I'm going to choose the best timings and the best distance out of all the attempts that I made, and I'm going to submit the best attempt and the best activity and the best distance that I made in one particular workout and submitted to the IDSA for LTDL 2025. Okay, so yes, let's go do that. And before which, I do not know how this happened. My professional subscription, which is like free for 30 days, has begun for Strava. I have no intention to continue because I can't afford like $10 to $15 per month only for Strava. It's too much on my wallet, so I would probably get back to the free subscription once this expires. I do not know how it got activated. I didn't do it myself, for sure, I swear. Okay, so I would get to see how a professional subscribed version of Strava is functioning, both on my mobile phone, as in like Xiaomi Poco F1 Strava's Android app, as well as the desktop app or the desktop site of Strava for professional subscription. Okay, so this is amazing. What they're giving me is a subscription preview of what they're going to give it for people who are subscribed. Okay, so that's that, and I do not know how it got activated. So what we are looking in the next tab is my activities. Okay, my activities. Still, these plans are yet to be activated, but what I'm getting is a subscription preview. Okay, so I haven't checked like if those tabs are working in my subscription preview. I'm going to still explore that because last week and before, since October third week, or I mean end of second week, and for the entire third week, I did not have my computer because my UPS battery was dead, and I need to order for a replacement. I got to first make sure like it's dead, and then order for the replacement, and it arrived only last Sunday, which is 24th or 24th, and I replaced it. So today is 26th August 2025. So it's a funny story. So between these days, the subscription preview for Strava professional account activated itself. So yeah, giving that and keeping that aside, we are looking at a different page right now, 21 to 40. Okay, so because that's where it rests my first attempt. My first attempt was for the LTDL stage 3 20-minute challenge. Let's go check that if stage 3 is 20-minute challenge. Let's confirm that once. Okay, so Tour de Longboard 2025 stages and deadlines. So stage 3, it's August. Submission date is 31st of August. You got to do the submission before midnight of 31st of August. And of course, the midnight time they are specifying is Eastern Standard Time, not Indian Standard Time. And if you are submitting in Indian Standard Time, it will be like 12 and a half hours or 9 and a half hours earlier than the Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure. Please go and check about the time difference between EST and IST. Okay, so stage 3, this is what I did, and I was able to do it more than one time. Okay, the first time when I did this was on 1st of August, and I was able to do about 3.7 kilometers and with 12 meters of elevation and relative effort 73. Relative effort or something appears only in a professional or a subscribed version of Strava. Okay, so I did that distance of 3.7 kilometers in 20 minutes and 4 seconds. Okay, so let's go and check the activity for the first time. I want to keep it short, but I'm kind of extending it a little bit so that like I could tell you why I couldn't crop. Okay, so if I have to crop, I have to go to this activity, and like I could do the cropping here or something like that. So there is a crop here. Okay, then I have to choose between the starting point and end point and everything. My mouse here won't permit me to exactly push into the same spot where I intend it to be. Okay, it would fall short or it would fall beyond the actual point. Have tried to place it and I failed. Okay, so if you're cropping and trying to match for the exact 20 minutes time, okay, 20 minutes elapsed time to be precise. Okay, that's what you need to submit, and you can do it only once in Strava. You cannot keep changing the distance or crop value every single time. So you have a extremely challenging situation here. Okay, so that day had about temperature of 33 degrees Celsius. This is very normal, and this 33 degrees Celsius did not come in the midday, like in the noon. This is as early as 6:30 in the morning or 6:15 in the morning. Okay, that's how my place is, and you can see how my T-shirt is. It's already wet. So if you're going to go and look exactly for 20 minutes, wait, I'm trying to move my mouse little by little. So when you go to 20 minutes, I've done 3.6 kilometers for the first attempt. Okay, that is 20 here in the clock, and I've done distance of 3.6 kilometers. Okay, let's go back, and let's wait for the page to load. Okay, it refreshed itself and it came to the page 1 to 20, not 21 to 40. Okay, anyways, we don't need that page because like as we are going to talk about the attempt 2, that was attempt 1. Okay, for the same stage. Here we go to attempt 2 for the stage 3. Okay, which is 3.77 kilometers, right? Let's open it in a new tab. Let's put that here. Okay, wait for it. It's loading. Same story here. I couldn't crop it properly. Okay, I stopped the GPS activity, which is my ZOSG bicycle computer. I don't own any GPS watch per se, for skateboarding activity. I only have a Redmi Watch 3 active, and it doesn't track with GPS for skateboarding activity. It tracks for bicycling, and it's not stable in my Xiaomi Poco F1 Mi Fitness app, so it quits. I couldn't use bicycling data as well. So, but the point here is, I finished the second attempt in 20 minutes and 3 seconds, 1 second before than the previous attempt, and I was able to cover 3.77 kilometers. Okay, we are talking elapsed time. Okay, since I was able to end my ride while I was in the move. Okay, so the moving time and the elapsed time are matching here. Okay, so let's go and move my cursor to exactly 20 minutes. You can see like I have done 3.7 kilometers on my attempt 2. Okay, so first one was 3.6, second one was 3.7, and let me close that. This is 317. Okay, so this I actually did it on 23rd August. 23rd August was my birthday. In fact, I am turning 43 this year and running 44. Okay, I've lived on this planet for 43 years. I would say there were moments of happiness which I couldn't grab first because I am still learning about the life and the world, the left, right, this divide, and what I have to be. Should I choose a side and everything? Should I believe in God? And all those confusions, happened to me. And after that, then I chose to be an atheist, and I took my stand to be an anarchist. Anarchism is like very debatable. It's in a very initial stage, formative stage in my understanding, because like it's vast. It's very vast. Okay, so keeping that aside and my ideas and my interpretation of this world, my on my birthday morning I did this right. Okay, this was my attempt 3. Okay, this is my last attempt too, so I was able to do 3 attempts, and for the same stage, which is LTDL 2025 stage 3, for a 20-minute ride. Okay, let's go and see what I did there. My elapsed time is 20 minutes and 11 seconds. 20 minutes and 11 seconds. Okay, 3.94 kilometers covered. Let's go to this place and exactly stop at 20 minutes and see like how much distance I've covered. I've covered genuinely 3.8 kilometers. Okay, so this won't lie. I've covered about 3.8 kilometers. So one may ask me, so this is not a perfect loop, right? Because like you started, the green point is the starting point. You have started in green point, and exactly when it is 20 minutes, you are very far from your green point. Okay, but it's not a closed loop. You have ended your ride somewhere before your starting point. So is this okay? Yes, this is absolutely okay, because this would be considered as out and back ride. Okay, so you're using a same lap and you're coming back, to finish your ride. So this is absolutely okay. You can check the rules of Tour de Longboard. I've explained it in my very first video in detail. So you can go and check. You will find all the details out there. Okay, so this is what happened. So what is my 20-minute ride distance for the third attempt? It's 3.8 kilometer. So first attempt was 3.6, second attempt was 3.7, third attempt was 3.8. There is a difference of 100 meters for every ride. So I've been improving. This is amazing. So I have made my best efforts over here, and people are capable of doing more than what I did. Actually, I'm only doing 3.8. It would be considered a lousy ride if you were in Europe or in the Western countries. People could do like easily 7 kilometers, or if they push hard, 8, or some people can even do 10 kilometers. Okay, if they are a proper athlete and they are super talented, they could definitely do like as much as like 10 kilometers in 20 minutes. And the stage 1 results are already out. LTDL stage 1, a 2025 stage 1 results, which is for 5 kilometers challenge, and the best timings were coming in 11 minutes. So people are capable of doing 5 kilometers in 11 minutes. So imagine what they can do in rest of the 9 minutes. So they would have definitely covered a larger ground, as much as like 8 or 9 kilometers for sure. Okay, so what I could do was 3.8 kilometers, and yeah, especially the last attempt was super challenging. Okay, so I didn't know there was this is an offset workout for me, because the previous week before my last workout, I went for a practice ride for stage 4. Stage 4 is 50-kilometer ride. So I was practicing myself, building my stamina and endurance. So I went for a half marathon, a long distance skating ride on Sunday. So I got to recover. So I postponed my ride by 1 day. So this one, my attempt 3 was falling on a Saturday. You can see that it's on a Saturday. I didn't know like there's a school nearby on the way. Okay, somewhere here in this point, from the end point, there is around 200 or 250 meters. There is a school over there. I didn't know the school was active on that day. Okay, there were so many vehicles parked. There were 2-wheelers moving, big SUVs, cars are moving. There are buses, tourist buses and stuff like that. I didn't know. Okay, but good thing was I started early, as much as like exactly spot on by 6 o'clock or something. I almost started my ride. Okay, I don't know if the starting time is here. Yeah, 6:03 I started my ride. Okay, so that was a good thing happened, and I made sure I was fast enough to complete my 1.5 kilometers, starting from this green point, and the first U-turn you see here in this end, that is like almost 1.5 kilometers. So this line, this point, I make a U-turn. So that is 1.5 kilometers or 1.48 or 42 kilometers. I made sure I was riding it fast. And when I was returning, people told me, one of the parents tipped me like the school's activity is over. It's going to get busy. So then I started pushing fast and I made my second U-turn. Okay, when I was returning from my second U-turn and when I was turning right, that's when I realized things are very serious, because like there was too many vehicles, there were too many big moving vehicles, and I cannot proceed beyond the school point. Okay, that was the challenge I had. But for good reasons, parents were, I put myself one thing for sure, because I already have done 2 attempts for this stage, okay, which is a 20-minute ride, and I was okay with whatever I was doing. So I was very sure that I need to put kids and parents, safety first, and then my safety, and then I have to do this virtual race. And virtual race is, for me, it's more like completing the distance rather than, competing with everybody. So I just need to with the best of my efforts, with the best of the situations that I could pull off, with the open roads and all the traffic and everything, I was able to only, perfectly do only this distance. And that day it was way too complicated and there was too many vehicles. Good thing was, like, every parent who was on a two-wheeler, and a few of the responsible parents, of course, who were on the cars, they made way for me. Can you imagine that? How beautiful it would have been for me. The last, 320 meters or 270 meters ride, once I saw my GPS while taking this left, it was around 3.13 kilometers. Okay, that's how much I finished it. I've got about at that time was 18 minutes and 19 seconds. So I've got almost like 2 minutes. Okay, I have to go and make a U-turn and come back, so that I finished my ride exactly at 20 minutes. So in that, going to that school nearby, and I found out too many vehicles, I can't proceed further. I made a U-turn and I was returning back. There were nearly 50 vehicles and they all made way for me, and they made sure like I was going safe, and I made sure like they are safe. And this was an amazing moment for me, and I actually did more than what I was doing before. Okay, and let me tell you, you should go and read what I wrote on that day's thing. Like when I came out of my house, there was so much negativity. Like people shouted like, this is a waste ride what you're doing and everything, but to what to say, face palm situation for those negative witty thought people were throwing at me. I was doing more than what I did on my previous ride, even when my previous ride had no schools or comparatively less open road traffic. So this is a great story for me, actually, I want to remember. So thanks to those responsible parents, and thanks to those kids, and thanks to everybody who were really helpful on that day for me, for making this ride happen. Okay, so I'm choosing this attempt 3 to submit to SkateIDSA, okay, for the Tour de Longboard. Okay, so the link has to be copied. So what I will do is, like, I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to have to go to my notes, and I will have to go and submission LTDL, yes. So I have to go and enter LTDL. So I don't know why it is in yellow in color. We'll fix that. 2025 stage 03. Okay, 20-minute ride. Okay, I'm going to paste my link. Okay, there's the link. So let's confirm the link number. Okay, let me pull that here and pull my notes onto the right side. Okay, so what is the number? 1-555-250-3132. 1-555-250-3132. That's the exact link. Okay, can minimize this. I can extend my browser completely. Okay, I've copied that. Okay, it's in my memory. So what is my elapsed time? 20 minutes and 11 seconds. I couldn't crop it. Kindly forgive me. It's my mouse. Trust me. Okay, I can stop it here wherever I want, but when it is coming to cropping the distance, it's not working properly for me. It's always a struggle. So I would let the volunteers decide for me. Okay, these are very small distance, as in like 11 seconds difference. Okay, so this shouldn't be a problem. If I am submitting my activity with 21 minutes or 22 minutes or 23 minutes, then that's a questionable act of submission. Then I should email to the volunteer team of SkateIDSA to consider cropping my activity for the exact time of 20 minutes because I have exceeded the required challenge time. So that you need to do. So this is exactly 20 minutes, but few seconds of difference, marginal difference. So I think SkateIDSA would forgive me, and if they want, they would crop. Okay, so I leave the decision to SkateIDSA. Okay, so let's go and submit the stage 3 form. Okay, it was supposed to be submitted before August 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I'm doing it early. I have submitted all my results early. Okay, going for stage 3 entry form. Let's go and drop our entry here. So I'm going to switch my account to personal account. Let's wait for the Gmail to load. I'm going for the personal account, and my personal account has come. These things are same. These things are very much same. Your grandma can do this. Okay, if you teach her the computers yesterday, and she can do it today. It's as simple as that. What is my email? I'm going to give the registered email, like krishnan@live.com, which is a Microsoft Hotmail email ID. Your first and last name, just as I told before, Krishnan Srinivasan is my complete name. I don't have a middle name. My in school days name, I would add the initials as in like S. Krishnan. Okay, that's all would be my name. We wouldn't even expand it as my father's name. So Srinivasan is my father's name, and Krishnan is my name. Okay, so I don't follow any caste, though I was told to be one of the most forward caste or upper caste. I disowned everything. I stripped myself from everything that I was given from my birth. Though I have all the privileges, I stripped myself from not having it. I claim equality here because the caste system in India is very cruel. It's more like, imagine, it's more like there are various castes here. Okay, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Okay, the bottom people do all the dirty jobs. Okay, cleaning toilets, cleaning sewage drains and everything. I wish manual scavenging is completely eradicated all over the world, because in other countries like Europe, West, or any part of the world, or Vietnam or Indonesia, wherever, it's not a caste over there. It's more like a job. So if I don't have a job today, I could take that dirty job for a few days. I could survive, make some money until I get a good job. Okay. But in India, it is classified as a caste, as in like you are that caste and your caste, and if you are born into that caste for your lifetime, your children, your younger children, your other children would always be cleaning the toilets. If you're born into the caste, your children would always be, cleaning the sewages and all the dirty jobs, doing all the dirty jobs. Okay, you will never move up the ladder at all. Okay. Higher the ladder would be the kings and kings advisors and the most upper caste people. The second ladder would be probably people who go for war and or business and stuff like that. People who do business and stuff like that. The tier 3 would be like people who go for war and other kind of stuff. You will never climb up the ladder at all. Okay, you will be always treated like the bad people. Even in this today's world where everything is democratized, even if you have money, you will be considered of that caste, and you will not be mingled with other people or given a respect in the society. So that's why I hate the caste system. See, when everything is changing, like your job should also be respected. Cleaning your home should be as respectful as cleaning the toilets. Okay, so manual scavenging has to be eradicated. Yes, people are taking steps in India by employing robots, but they should do more. That's all I wish. Manual scavenging should be eradicated. Okay, so why am I putting that here? Here is like, you don't go up the ladder. It's more like a sealed wall. Okay, if you have a class divide, even in the Egyptian triangle, hierarchical triangle, there are possibility for you to move up the ladder one way or the other, but it's not possible in India, and people are trying to change it. There are so many honor killings if people try to marry each other and everything. I'm personally affected, not by honor killing, but I fell in love with a Christian girl and I'm still not married. My life is not settled. So there are so many things here. I'm fighting up every grain that is there in my life. Okay, I'm the first guy in my life, at least. Okay. So, and people ask me, why don't you change your name? You're calling yourself an anarchist, but you're still holding it. At least I've not obeyed anything what my parents said. At least let me keep my name. That's all I wish. Okay. So I'm going to put it for longboard push overall over here. Longboard push overall. Then there are various categories, as I said, longboard push, pump, women, and everything. Okay. Let me quickly save this video and come back. Okay. Okay, so those are I'm back. Okay, let me put that first. Okay, so there are various categories: longboard push overall, longboard push pump for women, street stand-up paddle overall, street stand-up paddle as in this is SUP. You are only allowed to use your pole to move forward. You cannot push your feet down and push your board forward. Okay, and oh, okay. So street stand-up paddle also has the SUP plus category, I believe. You can push for use your pole as well. Okay. Then comes longboard paddle push overall. So longboard paddle push. Oh, sorry, I confused myself here since I was trying to save and I was a little bit disconnected. Street stand-up paddle is SUP and longboard paddle push overall is SUP plus, wherein you're allowed to put your feet on the ground and move your board forward. Also use your pole to move your board forward. Okay. Others are quad skating, inline skating, speed skating, and other varieties as in freelance skates and snakeboard and etc. And for women and other genders. Okay, so they are very inclusive here. My age is between 40 to 49. What is my age? Is 43. I've turned 43 finally. For sometimes I forget my age and I only add it as 42 of 42 actually. Sometimes it's like a new year on a January 2025 or 2026, you still tend to write the previous year's number, it's something like that. Okay, so distance completed, so they have given a benchmark 5.67 kilometers or numbers only, please. So what do you want me to submit here? I would probably give 3.8. Okay, wait, let me push 3.88 could be a good distance, for this 20 minutes. And if I move for 1 second, it's 3.9. Wait, I couldn't move for 1 second. So it's between 3.8 and 3.9. What number I should give? I do not know. Okay, so I'm going to let the volunteer team decide about my distance. Okay, I'm going to say between 3.8 and 3.9 kilometers. I don't know if it is okay to say it this way, but somewhere like this. That's what my data is giving me. Did you submit the time exactly in this format? Oh, no, actually, they were only asking for numbers only, please. So they are saying only numbers. So I'm going to give whatever number that is there on my right data. I'm going to give 3.94 as my link suggests, 3.94. Let them crop it. Okay. Yes, this is not, did you submit your time exactly in this format in kilometers? Yes, I did. Okay, I know the difference between moving time and elapsed time. I'm submitting the elapsed time for this. This is actually, they are asking for a distance completed kilometers and numbers only, please. They are asking me for kilometers and they are asking me that to ensure if I had submitted only the elapsed time. This is a bit confusing. Should I submit my kilometers or my elapsed time here? This is pretty confusing for me. Let me go and open another form. Okay, the idsa.org and go to members portal. By the way, when I always say that manual scavenging has to be eradicated, and being unfortunately, which is not my choice to be born in one of the forward caste, people always ask me, as I face so many verbal assaults and many things as I go out for workout or any activity, even for vegetables or like buying vegetables, all my chores, if I go out, I would face some sort of verbal assaults. I always ignore them, and people would even shout like, why don't you go and clean those sewages or clean the toilets? So my answer would be like, I don't know. If people are provided, most of them have a challenging situation. They don't have a proper, like waist waders or protective gears. If I have a proper protective gears, maybe, I do not know. Okay, so let's go to this and go to the stage 3 form once again. I want to make sure if the questions are right or if I had made a mistake. So they are still asking for the distance completed. They are not asking for the elapsed time. So I think I should give my distance here, not the elapsed time. So I'm going to give that here, my elapsed time. Okay. So that's that, and you need to give your URL. So it's LTDL 2025 stage 3 attempt 3.94. Yes, this is this is my link, and I'm going to give that link. Let me close this unwanted link because like I don't want to submit an empty document. Okay, so let me go and compare this number 15552503132. Let's go and check here. 15552503132. Yes, that is the same link. And if I have to compare it once again to this here, 15552503132. Yes, 15552503132. I swear, and everything. Okay, so let me recheck if my spellings are correct. Krishnan Srinivasan at live.com. Yes, that's that. Krishnan Srinivasan. Yes. Longboard push overall 40-49, 43, 3.94. Did I make a stupid mistake by saying it on a camera? Like, I wouldn't mind, cleaning stuff while my room is dirty and I don't even, go and clean my streets or any garbage that I find which is inappropriate on my on the way. So there is something called silent patriotism. Okay, silent patriotism means like you don't you are not loud. Okay, so what you do is like you make sure you follow all the rules. You make sure you are a law-abiding citizen. You make sure you don't drop any garbage on the streets. You make sure you don't spit in inappropriate places. You don't litter in inappropriate places. You don't use foul language in a way like it would hurt somebody. You don't talk or speak in a way like it would hurt somebody, their feelings. You don't make remarks on physical appearances and stuff like that. You make sure you are a very elegant and legit literate person when you're outside in the world, and you respect every aspect of your country, and you try to keep by the rules, and you don't say anything about what you're doing. You just silently, keep doing what you're doing, and make sure like at least from your side you're helping your country, being at least, even if it is one person, that's what silent patriotism is, and that's what I've been following. So I didn't make too many comments or remarks about cleaning and stuff like that. I'm gonna say like, yeah, why not? It's a challenge, right? So okay, I'm gonna choose the bus and verify the captcha. And I have submitted. That's awesome. Okay. So LTDL 2025 stage 3 results have been submitted from my side. And I have to go to the Outlook app and go to verify with my email. Check with my email if the Google form has returned to my inbox. Okay. Let me wait and check. Yes, Google form has returned. Let me wait for the entire page to download. Yes, it's downloading one aspect by one each other. Right now, my computer is doing too many things. It's, showing the webcam feed. It's recording the screen. It's, recording a USB condenser microphone, So it's doing too many things. I think I flagged my Google form. It's not registered. Yeah, it's registered now. Good. So you can see like it's blasting at 91 degrees Celsius. So yeah, it's all these same things that I submitted, and I think I have submitted in the right form they asked me, except for the fact that they forgot to change the format on the Google form, like moving time elapsed time to kilometers for this 20-minute riding distance. Okay, so I did my best. Okay, forgive me, SkateIDSA volunteers, if you actually meant elapsed time, but I read that to be kilometers and submitted in kilometers. That's all I can say, and I'm going to close this. Hope it was useful for many people, and hope I did not hurt anybody's sentiments. I was only wishing good for the good people, and I feel everybody's treated equally, and I like something horizontal, not vertical, you know. Yeah. Say if you you might have seen the videos in Instagram or any other YouTube shorts, you know, like where parents try to see like if kids are you know, have some generous heart, you know, so they would have 3 plates, and a father might have a chocolate, and there'll be 2 chocolates in the plates of the kid, and there'll be no chocolate in the plate of the mother, and see if the kid would take one of its chocolate and give it to mother or something like that. So most of the kids would share the chocolate that is in front of their plate to their mother. Oh no, you don't have. And few kids would actually cry. Okay, so when you talk about equity and equality, you know, like general attitude of every human being is like they would share things. Okay, so it's only that something is stopping them from not sharing it. Okay, that's where we need to address. So when you are trying to establish equality, you know, equity will naturally happen. You know, like even if I eat half plate of food, you know, I might give my half plate of food to the person who is not having it. So this would naturally happen. So aim for equality more than equity. You know, like this will happen, but sometimes, you know, with the authority and hierarchical order, sometimes, you know, it's definitely equity is definitely needed for sure for the current system. But when everything is changing in a horizontal format, you know, like equity will naturally happen. That's what I'm trying to say here. Anyways, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thanks for trusting me. Always encourage original content and original content creators. My YouTube channels are Krishnan, Srinivasan 830, and my other YouTube channel is Krishnan Photography 5643. With my personal YouTube channels, showcasing content of walking, skating, and bicycling. I have completed almost like 6 years, marching into 7th year. With photography, I have been uploading for 8 years, marching into 9th year. So please support the original content creators. Both the channels are yet to be monetized, and don't encourage piracy, and don't pay and watch in the pirated content. Okay, I have not promised anybody of posting any new videos. Okay, I never promised that. I never took money from anybody. My donations links are available under my YouTube video description. It's only a PayPal link. Okay, Ko-fi page is not working on as particularly this day at 26th August. Okay, and let me just check it if Ko-fi page Ko-fi has you know, performed their background check and has activated my page. If not, we need to check on that. So Ko-fi has deactivated or deleted my page. Okay, something is not working. Okay, I did not know. I actually had a genuine conversation with Gemini, because like in recent times in Instagram and everything, Brute India or India Today or many other journalist channels are sharing things about what is happening in Gaza, and I happen to share a few of these stories on my Instagram stories from those whatever they shared it, you know. And I don't know if it is because of that, and Ko-fi is checking on the donations of every people, and especially the accounts which are newly created, you know, like they don't want to allow people to misuse their platform for the donations going to different different people, especially from Gaza or Hamas. I do not know if that was happening. I had a genuine conversation with Gemini. They said, like, Gemini told me, like, Kofi and people, members of Kofi, had these problems for a very long time. So let's hope. Let me keep my fingers crossed, because like I don't have any donations on Kofi as of now, which just need to be transferred to PayPal. So luckily I am saved. I'm making this announcement here for people to know that please don't contribute to my Kofi page now. It's not functioning. Please use my PayPal account. You can find my PayPal account in cardfostudios.in if you have to donate something for me. Okay, there is a QR code here. If not, you can click this donate link. It will take you to the PayPal page, and that's my email ID for PayPal. K caps and S caps, Krishnan Srinivasan. You can send money for me. Okay, it's in cardfostudios.in. If you need the page QR code, that's my QR code for cardfostudios.in. So this is the website which I've been maintaining for past 8 years, moving into 9th year since I started my Krishn's photography channel. It was actually a one-person company. It is closed now, but I still hold the name, and I'm running this. Anyways, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Please keep supporting me. Alien Kicha here, signing off. Bye.